Hi. Hi, I'm Generic Demon, and today I'll be playing Hinterlands The Long Dark. This is a preview on the Xbox One at the moment, so the story is yet to be completed. The first episode, I believe, is coming out in about a month's time, but I may be wrong. But the sandbox is available. Now, this has been available for a little while. It's had some updates. I've got a couple of characters going there at the moment, so let's just start a new one. Various modes here. Stalker being incredibly difficult. Sort of the in-between level, and of course the sort of everything runs when it sees you, unless you really push the animals to attack you. So we'll do that, because let's just talk about survival here. It's tough. So I'm going to go with Mystery Lake, which is the very first sort of level. It's ideal sort of for this sort of beginning and learning things and the way it goes through. So we'll go through the process of early survival in this video, and we'll just go with the name Sandbox, because otherwise we'll sit here for ages while I type things. Let's go for it. Okay. Well, there's something that's happened. Something terrible's happened to the world, and you may very well be the only survivor left. It's the north of Canada. It's very cold. It's windy. It's rainy. It's pretty grim. It's pretty grim. Now, what I like about The Long Dark, there's several things. One is the styling. It's beautiful to look at. It's what you expect from indie games. They've become a sort of an important part of indie games is the styling of a game. So let's have a little look around. Right, that's a good start. Let's get some firewood. Let's see what else we can find. There's a backpack here. I'll open this up and we'll see what we can actually see within this backpack. Nothing. Oh, brilliant. That's not a very good start. Okay, where are we? Let's have a little wander. Now, the controls are context sensitive. You only get sort of things that appear when you can actually interact with it, so there's very little I can actually interact with here. However, I do know that these are sticks, and these help with my fire making. And this will be a branch. We'll break this up. Now, it burns calories and it burns time, and if you can see in the top corner, we've got 12 hours of daylight left. Very important, because night time is very, very, very cold and very, very dark. So our main aim here first is to find shelter. So we'll have a look. You see my breath on the screen. Now, if I do this quickly, this is our menu, and it shows the various things that are important here. Warmth, you can freeze and you become ill. How rested you are, how tired you are, how full your stomach is, so you can starve to death. How much water you've got, and at the moment I'm totally full up on most of these things, which you'd expect because I've just started the game. And you've got a time that you survive for. You can start a fire and you can create a bedroll from in here as well. Next one along, we've got our backpack. You've got a full view of everything, but if you swap into the sections, it's easier to see what's going on. These are sort of go this way first. You've got medication and painkillers to help you out when you're feeling ill. Your clothing itself, now this gets worn over time. You need to keep it thick and whatever else, but I mean, for instance, you're wearing basic jeans. I mean, effectively you've crashed here. You're all on your own. You're bearing the bare minimum requirements. I don't think you expected to be here, but there's no story really given to beyond you've crashed here. What food you've got, and that's very important. Water, because that's going to keep you alive. And what sort of weapons you've got or equipment that you can use, so things to accelerate fires, bedroll to lie on the floor if you have to sleep outside, a flare for light obviously, and then some matches. You always get a few basics when you start, and then I've picked up a few things along the way. So I've got some cloth that's useful for raring things. I've got some firewood here which I just picked up, some more that printed, it works well to sort of start fire, and then we've got some more sticks that I've just been collecting as we've been going along. Okay, let's get moving. And the sun's just coming up. And there's wildlife out here too. Let's have a little look. Now in the bottom corner you can see there's a small wind chill coming on. And it's gone because I'm in sort of a sheltered area. But the elements are also a big factor here. You know, death can come very quickly if you're not protecting yourself. That's another stick. We'll take that. Oh, it's a big branch. It's a branch. It's a branch and possibly a stick. A branch. I'll take that. We'll break that down. 11 hours a day left. Another stick. Another stick. Branch. I'll take those. Right. All these things help us survive longer. Okay, where are we? Well, thankfully I've played this level a few times and I roughly know where we are. We're at a place called Mystery Lake. And there's the lake, and it's got some useful resources here. If you look in the distance there, you can see a wolf just walking across the ice in the centre. Thankfully he won't bother us on the pilgrim mode unless we back him into a corner. It's getting a bit cold now. And there's a change here because the previous version of this, you didn't have to find wood in this way by sort of finding it on the floor, breaking things up, finding logs and limbs and things to cut up with an axe if you get one. Previous version you could just go outside and say collect wood, and all of a sudden you'd have sort of tons of wood for your fire. It doesn't really work that way in this version. Okay, so let's have a look at some other things that are here. I'm wandering amongst these reeds because you can find cattails which are edible. They're not the brilliant source of food, but they at least give you a few calories, and that makes life a little bit easier. No, can't see anything there. So we'll have a look and see if we can find it amongst some of the other reeds around here. Right, so we found the lakeside cabins. Let's see what we can find. Look at that. Oh, look at that temperature. We're quite cold. The clothing we've got is very inadequate at this moment in time. Going inside allows you to warm up a little bit, assuming it isn't too cold. So we'll head in here and we'll have a look around. Okay, we'll have that. I can use that to burn later. I can't break that down unless I got a hatchet, because you can reclaim things. And there's a backpack. Nothing in there. Printed roll. We'll take that with us. Again, can be used as tinder. Everything's about burning it and getting rid of it. Always remember to duck down. Something that isn't really obvious, but it's the LB button that allows you to duck down, because sometimes things are hidden under beds. Woolen socks. Much better than the ones we've currently got. We'll have those. And we'll equip those. Stand up again. Crates can be broken down. You can reclaim the wood from that. Again, more firewood. And there's another one over here, so we'll take this one as well while we're at it. Again, watching the time. Now we could say spend the night here in theory. We probably wouldn't want to. I'm going to take these matches only because of where they are on the floor, but once you take matches they start to degrade, and it's worth knowing that, because again, without certain other things you'll need to find some way to light a fire later. Okay, let's leave the cabin. And it's a beautiful day for a change. Right, let's see what else we got around the edge of the lake here. There we go. Combination of things here. They're edible, you can eat the stalks. They're not, as I say, they don't provide very much nutrition, but they're something rather than nothing. And they respawn, which is very useful to know. The logs and the firewood also respawn, but if you've cleared an area, you'll have to wait a while before they get blown from the trees again. Okay. More cabins. And some crows. Some more newsprint of that as well. Part of this cabin. So the first thing I'm doing is gathering everything that I can get. I mean, it was your spawn point is usually quite random, so it was quite lucky that we weren't too far from the actual lake. There's a lot of the resources around the lake. Let's drop it on. Let's drop it on there. I'll tell you that. There's a newspaper. What's that? Let's have a look under this. There's nothing there. I'll take this as well. Back out again, we'll see what we can find. And the wind's picking up badly now. Do we risk doing this, or do we go for the main shelter that I know is not too far from here? I think we're going to go for the main shelter. The risk is high now of freezing to death. We're getting very chilly. It's very cold. We're running out of health. We need to make a decision here. So we'll move off. The wind's blowing quite heavily. And I know at the far end of the lake here, there's a very large, almost like ranger station. So we'll head there. Feel brave. I may stop at one of these fishing huts on the way to get a bit of shelter and see if there's anything we can grab. These fishing huts are obviously quite useful. Again, fishing holes and a way to fish. Hopefully with the required equipment, lines and tackle. Let's keep going. And you see at the far distance there's a little red flag. That's the ranger station we're heading to. Let's just do a quick stop. Good. Okay. And these are your fishing holes, which you have to chip away with if you've got the right equipment. Obviously you can make fires within there instead of a campfire. Quick search these cupboards. Nothing in there.
That'll come in handy.
Yes, it will. Scrap metal for making various things. And repairing things. We'll take that. And there's nothing on the shelves. Or down below. Great. Okay, let's go. Crow's feather. I'll take that. We'll see if I stop at this next one quickly. You see, there's quite a lot of reeds, but I don't think you could live from it. You need to fight. You need to be fishing and hunting if you can to do more. Let's go. This isn't the worst I've seen, blowing wise. Excellent. Oh, brilliant. And a lifesaver, a hatchet. This is the way that we're going to keep ourselves alive. There's a bullet, some reclaimed wood. Now I'm going to leave the matches that are on top because that's a little book of matches, but I don't want to start them sort of degrade them. Oh, we'll take that as well. Yeah, I'm going to leave them there. I know where they are, they're not far away. And some soup, brilliant. This is excellent. Let's go. Wow. When you come across that lake is amazing. We can run, but it burns calories, so I was just taking my time there, but we'll run. And that's the RB button for the run. Simple interfaces, simple controls. Amazingly tough game. There we go. Right, before we enter the hut, there's some wood over here that we'll try and take. And we'll take the cedar limb now. Now that we've got a hatchet, we can cut these up. You couldn't previously. And it gives you tinder plugs and cedar, which burns very, very well. Incredibly well. Oh, brilliant. Let's take all this. And I'm freezing, if you notice in the bottom corner of my screen, it says I'm freezing today.
Can't feel my hands.
Yeah, I'm not kidding, you can't feel it with your hands. Take that. Let's go. I need to find some shelter. Here we go. And technically you could camp, put a bedroll down in an alcove, but we need to get in. Okay, here we are. A useful little hidey hole. Some reclaimed wood. If you look, we're very numb, very cold. It starts, once it gets to 0, it starts counting down, and it's effectively to death. It takes a while, but it comes for you. Okay, what we got on here? There's some line. Oh, and a hook. Storm lamp, we'll take that. A stone for sharpening blades on. And the workbench itself. This allows you to build different things. So I think the first thing we're going to do is, we've got enough, you see, for a hook and fishing tackle, so we'll make one of those. Okay, that's good. But you've got other things like rabbit mitts and deerskin boots and things like that. So, but if you notice, it says the word cured. Now, to cure something, this is really important. It's also something that's often searched for. To cure something is you have to drop it on the ground. You can't store it. You can't carry it around with you. You have to drop it in the ground, and it takes time to cure. Okay, what we got here? We've got lantern fuel. We'll take that. In fact, we'll light the lantern. There we go. That's handy. Let's see what we can find in here. Well, that's not going to work. Got a potbelly stove. Now we've got a thing with jerry can, probably with kerosene in it. We've got food. We'll take that. Again, I tend to leave it because it degrades if you take it. So if you just tend to stay somewhere and it's already out, just leave it where it is. Yeah, let's leave it where it is.
I could use this.
Yeah, I'll take that one if you're hungry. Okay, that's good. I can hear that wind kicking up outside. Yeah, I'll take that. That's all you got, not very much. Okay.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yep, let's take that for burning. And you can place the torch so it's easier to see what you're doing if you want to wander around the room. There's a bedroll, tables, various bits and pieces, all of which can be smashed up now. That I've got a... Right, okay, let's change some clothing. And we'll get a fire going. So if something's more 100%, it's got better chill resistance. I think if you look at what I've got currently on, it's got next to nothing. That one's much better. Same with the woolly socks, they're much better than the ones I'm currently wearing, so we'll put those on. You can break these down. I can harvest that for cloth, so if I harvest that, I can use that cloth to, with the action button, to repair something, and there's a good chance of success. And I use either the fishing hook or the sewing kit that I've got. But of course the sewing kit then degrades slightly. It's all everything seems to go down and down and down. So another socks are 99%, and there's a better chill resistance there. There's a few things I need to repair here, but I'm not going to do them all. Okay, let's get a fire started. So you can use various things to get fire started. Different tinders give you different success rates. It reduces depending on what you're using. If you look at the side, it says the percentages. But we'll use the book because it's quite handy. We'll use a bit of newspaper, and we'll use one of those. But if you put an accelerant in, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that it's going to happen. But we'll start fire with that, and hopefully it'll go. Come on, fire. That looks good. Oh yes. Excellent. So it's got 12 minutes that it'll be burning for, and it's plus 2 degrees. So if you notice, we need to put something else in there. So I'm going to throw some of those sticks in because they're easy to find. Chuck some of that reclaimed wood in. Reclaimed wood though has other purposes, so it's worth hanging on to occasionally. Cedar and fir wood, they're just for certain. And these got hours on them when you put them in. And all of a sudden we've got 6 hours worth of fire going there. So it allows you to go out, come back to a warm place. Right, you can also heat up food on here and beverages. So we're going to do this one. We're going to do this can of soup, and you've got to find some way of opening it. Do you smash it? Do you use hatchet? And hopefully you can find a tin opener of some sort. But we'll give that a try with the hatchet. Hopefully it won't empty too much of the contents out. Now, hot food helps keep your temperature up when you're actually out searching. We go into our menu, you'll see that we've now got hot can of soup with 300 calories attached to it. And if you notice, I'm now warming up. I'm going to drink this as well, this soda. And what else have we got in here? Okay, let's bring up our food. Can be sparing with these things, but if you're clever, you can find various things around about. And now I've got the facilities to go fishing. I've got a hatchet to break the ice, and I've got a fishing hook to fish with. It means I'm in good shape. So let's have a look at the room. And the room temperature is up to 43 degrees with our clothes on, so we're quite warm in here. It's a good place to be. I'm going to turn this off. Because if you keep it on, you use all the fuel that's in there. Options to those menus are through the D-pad. Right, let's have a little look. Let's go. We need to get some more wood though, because we won't make the night otherwise. If we want to keep the fire going, you don't have to, but then you're into using matches and tinder again. I think we'll go quickly fishing, and I'll call it a day on this video. But I think that gives you a general feel for basic survival and what's involved in it. On the pilgrim mode, it's worth following and watching the wolves because they kill other animals. And when they kill these other animals, if you sort of chase them away by moving towards them, you can then strip the carcasses that they've killed for you. It means that you don't need any particular sort of hunting skills or rifles or bows to do anything with it. So it's, as I say, it's well worth keeping an eye on what the wolves are up to. Right, just check the time. We've got 4 hours of daylight left. That's good news. But pretty much, if you can kill it, you can eat it. So it's useful. Right, let's go for it. It's a lot of luck, some of this. This is with randomized sporing. I suspect though that there's always something like an hatchet available. So we'll fish for a couple hours. And we've got a fish. Great. We can eat them raw. But of course we can always take them back and cook them up, which would be quite nice. That's it. And the sun's going down. I think my problem with Long Dark is I find it frustratingly brilliant. I just want to stay alive as long as possible, which is a testament to the game's quality. It can only get better as this is still an alpha release. I think the community has a big involvement in the development of add-ons and changes. Sure, so some reeds are passing. There we go. While I'm on it, I get sidetracked by these things sometimes. In we go. And we'll go use that fire that's still burning, and a nice warm room. If you notice, still it's nice and warm. The fire has another benefit as well. It allows you to boil snow into water, and then you can boil it again to make it safe, because you can still drink it, but you're pushing it. Alright, there's my fish. Let's cook the fish. Brilliant. Nice cooked fish. But yeah, you can melt snow, a couple of litres of snow. And then boil it again to make it safe. Right, so there. Open the menu. And you see we've got some nice fish, plenty of calories in them. So we'll have a good fish supper. We've got the food. We'll have a good drink as well. But to be fair, that's the basics of the Long Dark, and that's probably a whole day gone. When it does get to night, you'll notice it gets very, very dark indeed. I found myself stumbling around in rooms when the fires have gone off, or I have no torches or facilities. So best to try and sleep through it if you can. If you have to go out in it, make sure you're well equipped and that you have the right light with you. Alright, I've been Genetic Demon. See you later.